Do you believe in conspiracy theories? Because I think that there is a big group of people that are like going around screwing with people and like pushing them to all sorts of lengths where they break. Because over the past 6 years, like before 6 years, my life was pretty normal. Like no problems. Didn't have a problem holding a job, didn't have a problem making finances. And I was an addict then. And ever since I got clean and sober and I don't have an addiction, except for smoking, like I can't hold a job. I get fired and like for all sorts of reasons that are like 100% not true. And anyway, I've tried to argue them with the government or anything, just gets thrown back at me as nothing we can do. And it goes on like even renting and stuff like that. But like my most recent one is I moved into this house and it was good. Moved in, lady was nice, she was like really sweet, and she immediately, as soon as I got in, like transformed and just started being like really vicious and controlling and just demanding and like just, yeah, it was not very good. But I've maintained like complete composure with it, been polite and respectful 100% of the time, and it has like just 100% escalated, which she is definitely pushing these boundaries on her own. She's like trying to initiate this conflict. And the most recent thing is I played some music. It was like 10 o'clock at night and I had some music going. I mean, that's not even past the time where noise complaints can start. I think that's 11 o'clock. But anyways, I had music going. I turned my car on or off, I don't know. But anyways, the ignition was on its autopilot thing. And so I had music going on for like 5 minutes before the car shuts off. And like the music wasn't that loud. It might have been a little loud, but it wasn't carrying it away. And I've even tested this in the parks and stuff to see how far my music does carry. So I've walked away from my car to see how loud it is further down the road, and it's not that bad. So I'm pretty sure like it wasn't that bad. And there was cops at the house and they were knocking at my door, which I didn't realize because I was still in my car smoking cigarettes. And they were knocking at my door, and then when he was walking out of the yard, I was like, yo, hey. And he's like, oh, are you so-and-so? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, oh, we were told that there was a noise complaint and you were like doing drugs in your car and overdosing. And I'm like, oh, it's the first I've heard of that. And he's like, yeah, you seem pretty put together, so I don't know what the problem was. And then like the next day, my landlord's just freaking out that I'm this drug addict and that I have to leave this house and like the block doesn't want me here. Like my interactions with this block like has literally been walking that little girl right there 3 or 4 times a day, playing with her, going to my car and driving to get coffee or whatever I'm doing in town. And I think the most they might see me is about 10-15 minutes as I sit in my car and smoke cigarettes, play on my phone. That's all that they see of me, and I say hi to the neighbors every now and again when I'm walking in and out of the yard and see them. But like there is no reason for any sort of conflict with anyone, and yet my landlord is like just going off the top about things. Like she's just totally playing the victim card, like boo-hoo me, but she pushes all the buttons and like engages this as best as she can. Like I couldn't do any better if I tried to push somebody's buttons. And then like I don't know if the neighbors are actually like complaining or if that's just my landlord saying it was the neighbors. I don't know. This stuff, like for absolute no reason, and I've gotten along in neighborhoods like this all my life perfectly fine, just as I am now. Nobody's ever complained. So I'm pretty sure since it started like 6 years ago, this has just been constant. Like everywhere I go, it's just some sort of annoyance. There was one time where it was like pretty decent, and there was other problems, but yeah, it's just like it hasn't ended. Like, I'm pretty sure these people are like a group of people intentionally doing this. What are your thoughts on that? I wrote a blog and stuff like that on this too.